Season's greetings, everybody. I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. Well, folks, it's Christmas time again, which means it's finally time to begin this year's heartwarming Christmas marathon. So, what am I going to start during this festive season? Well, I can't blog Red 1 since I couldn't watch it in full while I was seeing it in theaters. No thanks to my job coach forcing me to leave early for time reasons. And I can't blog The Greatest Christmas Pageant Ever since I haven't seen it yet. So, instead, I'm going to look at the latest animated Christmas film that just got streamed to Netflix a couple weeks ago. So, let's get started. Released to Netflix on December 4th, 2024, the movie is That Christmas. So, on for the plot of the movie. Set around the seaside town of Wellington-on-Sea, England, this film follows a series of intertwined events where a group of children are preparing for an unforgettable Christmas, only for a fierce snowstorm to alter their plans. So, what do I think of this movie? Well, in my opinion, while watching this film with my sister, I thought this was a pretty funny, charming, and emotional holiday film. And to further explain what I mean, let's move on to Mustang Notes. In November 2019, it was announced that Locksmith Animation was developing The Empty Stocking, an animated feature film based on the children's Christmas book trilogy, That Christmas and Other Stories, written by Richard Curtis and Rebecca Cobb. In June 2021, Locksmith announced that Simon Otto would be directing the film in his directorial debut, which had been retitled to That Christmas. In May 2022, Locksmith confirmed that it awarded the digital production of the film to DNEG Animation, following their collaboration on their first animated feature, Ron's Gone Wrong. In June 2022, That Christmas was unveiled as part of Netflix's slate of animated films with the first look of the film. Now, what are my thoughts on the animation? Well, in my personal opinion, the CGI animation is equally as great as Ron's Gone Wrong. While that movie took place in a futuristic California, this film takes place in a fictional town of Wellington-on-Sea, which is inspired by the coastal towns of Walberswick and Southwold with a dab of Halesworth, which are all located in the English county of Suffolk. You know, it's been a long time since I mentioned that place in my 101 Dalmatians blog. Anyway, to me, the way this English village looks during the holiday season is absolutely wonderful. And I really love the wintry environment, since snow is my favorite element. As for the story, well, while I haven't read the Richard Curtis books yet, I kind of like how it merges the three stories together into one film. Kind of like the Series of Unfortunate Events movie or Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Ga'Hoole. Plus, I like how the film follows various storylines about friends, family, and love in the run-up to Christmas, which is kind of like Love Actually or those Gary Marshall films. Also, while watching this film, it almost makes me think of a Charlie Brown Christmas, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and Barbie's Perfect Christmas. Plus, some of my favorite scenes in this film include the Christmas school play, which was pretty comedic, but a bit over the top and mature, along with the scenes where the kids are having fun during the snow day on December 23rd and on Christmas Day. And I thought the search party scene where the kids and the townspeople go on a search to find little Evie McNutt, who wandered off during a game of hide and seek, was both serious and frightening. Another thing that I like about this movie is the inclusion of 2 holiday songs. One is Underneath the Tree by Kelly Clarkson, which plays during the Christmas morning scene, and if you ask me, this song deserves to be a holiday classic. The second song is Under the Tree by Ed Sheeran, which plays during the night of Christmas Eve, where the kids and a few of the grown-ups are feeling disappointed due to the weather or missing their loved ones. In my eyes, this song deserves to be one of the most emotional holiday songs ever, next to Share Your Goodwill, My Grown-Up Christmas List, and Somewhere in My Memory. So, now that we got Mustang Notes out of the way, let's move on to the characters and their voice actors. Let's start with Danny Williams, voiced by Jack Wisniewski, marking this as his first film role. Danny is one of the newer students to Wellington-on-Sea, and he has an immense crush on Sam. He lives with his mother, who works long nights as a nurse and tries her best to still be there for him. To me, Danny is a very sympathetic kid, not only due to him being left alone because of his mom's daunting work schedule, but he also feels abandoned by his father. However, I kind of like that Danny gets looked after by his strict teacher, Miss Trapper, who helps him build a snowman and set up a Christmas surprise for his mother. Plus, I think Danny's snowmobile that he receives from Santa is pretty cool. Next are Sam and Charlie Beckles, voiced by Zazie Hayhurst and Sienna Sayer. Sam is the quiet, considerate, and thoughtful twin, while her sister Charlie is the mischievous twin, who is always scheming and causing trouble for fun and laughs. To me, Sam is very sweet, and I like that she too likes Danny. As for Charlie, well, she's largely misunderstood. What do I mean? Well, although she does get into trouble, she isn't the naughty twin as so many people believe she is. Plus, it's revealed later in the film that she does these things to make Sam happy, like playing matchmaker and setting all the turkeys free. Next up is Bernadette McNutt, aka Bernie, voiced by India Brown. Bernie is the eldest daughter in her family, who is tasked with looking after all the children when her parents and their friends go out of town for a bit before Christmas. She also has to keep close watch on her younger sister Evie. To me, Bernie has got to be one of the most vivacious characters in the entire film, and I find her to be a natural and fierce leader, and I think she makes a very creative director due to how she takes charge of the school Christmas play and when she's in charge of the Christmas Day traditions. Finally, we come to the man in red himself, Santa Claus, voiced by Brian Cox, whom I remember from Disney's Iron Will, 2015's Pixels, Wes Anderson's Fantastic Mr. Fox, and the recent animated Lord of the Rings film. In this, Santa plays the role of narrator for a majority of the film, providing commentary on the various residents of Wellington-on-Sea. And in my opinion, I kind of like that idea, because who'd be a better narrator for a Christmas movie than jolly old Father Christmas? Plus, at times, his narration becomes particularly poignant, like when he reflects on the ways that Christmas amplifies what one is already feeling, be it joy or loneliness. Also, in the middle of the film, while he experiences a bit of muddle thanks to the heavy snowfall during his Christmas Eve flight, I like that Santa helps out the main children characters by giving them the gifts that they're wishing for. Other voices in the film include Fiona Shaw, Jodie Whittaker, Lolly Adafope, Alex McQueen, Catherine Parkinson, Rhys Darby, Rosie Cavallero, Paul Kaye, Gus Kahn, and Bill Nighy. And now for my final words. Overall, That Christmas is a pretty decent animated holiday film to come from Locksmith Animation. The CGI animation is pretty good, and the stories involving Danny, Sam, Charlie, and Bernie range from emotional, fun, and charming. And while it may not be one of the most revolutionary films out there, there's still enough heart, silliness, and prime messaging to give it its wings. And, if anything, it can serve as a distraction with its own interpretation of the most chaotic Christmas holiday ever. So, if you ever get the chance, be sure to gather your friends and your family and tune into Netflix to give this movie a watch. I give it a 94% out of 100. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to join me for my next blog, where we return to Rankin Bass to look at a classic Santa Claus origin story from the early 1970s. Mustang Power. Hold on a second. Socka, you're back already? Aren't you supposed to be finding a cure for the doom spell that might kill me next year? I have been, and unfortunately still no luck. Besides, I thought I'd come back here and spend the holidays with you. Oh, well, that's sweet. By the way, Joshua, haven't you heard that your sister is going to be in a Christmas special this weekend? Really? Let me see. All right, let's see. Yes, here we go.
Will you make?
I don't know. 2 days. If you can bring me a story that really blows me away by Christmas Eve, maybe can have your job back. You got a deal.
Oh, you haven't told him. Mom, it's Christmas. We're using it.
What are we doing, Julie? You just have to pray for a Christmas miracle.
Who in the world put up all these Christmas decorations?
Oh my goodness. I really hope this special becomes a hit.
Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas.